Hello, it's me again. In this video I'm just going to show how long it takes me to collapse the roof tent on the top of my Land Rover Defender. In fact, at the beginning I'll tell you it takes about half an hour to, well, 20 minutes to half an hour, depending on how hot it is really, and it's hot here in Corsica, so it took me about half an hour in this instance, but in general about 20 minutes if there's two of us. Today we haven't got any awnings out and we haven't got the annex on the back, so it's a little bit shorter than usual, but this is just the actual tent. So let's see how I get on. So this is what I've got to do. I've just got to shut all those blinds, sort those quilts out, and then collapse it. So let's get going. Don't worry, I'm going to speed it up and cut it where I can just to shorten the video. I find it's easier to collapse this rear weather flap from inside the tent itself. We don't leave the pillows up in the tent when we collapse it, but we do leave the quilts. So prior to closing the tent up, that's what you've got to do, put those bungees kind of across there. They say do them, I think they're supposed to be done just across, but I've done them diagonally because I think it pulls it in better. And so that's how we leave the quilts. Then I've just got to zip this bit up. Unhook this bit. The next thing to do is just to collapse a bit of framework that's holding the cover to the entrance of the tent. That takes about 2 minutes. I've just got to now remove the fixings that are holding the flaps up that cover the windows at the side. I've already done the ones on the other side, and it's just a case of unhooking them from their fixings in the flap themselves and pulling them out of the fixing in the tent frame itself, and then securing them down with toggles. So all that's been put away, and those have been taken down. I've taken them down the other side already. What I do now, I collapse it and just let it sit for a while so all the air comes out of it before I put the cover on. So while I let that sit for a while, I'm going to do some other stuff, so I'll get back to it in a minute. I'm not sure that I've perfected this collapsing of the roof tent yet, because there's always a little bit at the sides and the back that balloon out, and we have to kind of physically tuck it all in before we can fit the cover. This paddle is handy for pushing the excess in. This paddle is handy for the parts that I can't reach from the steps. It just makes it easier. I have in the past climbed on the roof to do it, but I prefer to do it with the paddle. When I'm happy that it's all tucked in, I've just got to hold it down with the Velcro straps that are attached. So now all I've got to do is fit the cover. I'll change positions just for this little bit. This part of the job isn't that easy single-handedly, as I've got to put some piping into a channel and into the aluminium channel, and then slide the cover along, and it tends to get caught at the back, so you've just got to keep freeing it up and pulling it around, doing it little by little. As you can see, it can be a little bit of a struggle on your own. It's much easier if there's two of you doing it. This is where the paddle comes in handy again. Once I've got the cover roughly in place, it's just a case of finessing it into position and fixing it down. Once the cover's in position, it can be zipped down to the base of the tent all the way around. I just do it one side here, as we're not travelling far, and to be fair, it's a little bit awkward to do the zip up in this heat. So that's it, from start to finish. There are some Velcro straps there that I should do up, but they're a bit difficult to get at, and in this heat all I use is a couple of bungees, which is perfectly adequate. And yeah, there's the tent away. And can I just say, if you like this video, would you mind giving it a thumbs up, and if you can, please subscribe. It is free and it really does help give incentive to create more content. Thank you. I've got a video of me putting the tent up on my other channel. It's Land Rover TD5 Preservation. Perhaps you might want to check that out.